Hi, this is Michael on YouTube, Guitar Tutorials on YouTube, and this is a continuation of the Out of Control tutorial. We are now at the solo. In part 6 at the end we reviewed the last part before the solo, and it is a repeat essentially of what you do toward the beginning of the song. So I don't think there's a real need to go through it again, but in general it's something like this. And you're going to go right into the solo right here. And you're going to move essentially down to the 10th and the 12th frets. So first, let's play the Edge playing the solo in the 360 tour. The reason I like this version is because it's pretty clear and it's a little more complex than Slane. You can take out some of the drone notes you're going to hear, but it's a little more difficult of a version to play, so I thought I'd take you through this one, and then you can always change it accordingly and simplify it. But here it is at regular speed. Now let's slow that down. I'm going to slow it down about 35–40%. Sounds like this. So one thing you may have heard in that slowed down version is some really quick drone notes. And I'm going to turn off the effects here for a moment, and we're going to go through this in detail. But for this quick sample, essentially you heard him bend the string and go. That open B string, you can hear it in there. Let me play it one more time. You can hear them right in there when you slow it down, and it's really, really tricky. And I actually don't play both those. I just play the B string open just once. But we'll go through that here in detail. So before we move on to the solo, let's go through the quick overview of the preset again. And there's Mila. Recall from my earlier tutorial, it was part 2, I believe, 2 or 3, where I go through my preset tones and settings. On the solo, Edge does change from a vintage drive to a big, fuller drive, and I use the Fat Rat in this case. So here's what it sounds like. Let's just turn the delay off so you can hear the difference between these drives. But here's the regular drive for this part. no delay there. And if you played that, you can play that, by the way, for the solo, and you could boost it and add a big boost there. And it sounds like this. But it's missing something. When you listen to the clip that we just played, there's definitely a change in the drive, and I switched to a Fat Rat. Big, heavier, lot of gain. And it sounds like this. No delay here. It's thicker, it's fuller, it's just a big, big sound. And that's going to really help you out and fill the tone of the solo by changing. So I used, again, a Fat Rat. There's a little bit of buzz there that you're hearing from, I've got the drive way up, so I'm getting a little bit of feedback, or not feedback, but a little bit of noise. I've got the drive way up here at 8.6. And then what I also did is I turned the delay to a different delay, to a delay that was lower in the mix. I didn't want the delay to overcome the lead, and I think Edge does this, but I'm not certain. But I thought it sounded a lot better when I brought the delay mix down. Okay, as I was just mentioning, we've got a different distortion here and a delay that's lower in the mix for the solo. There you go. So when you play the solo now with that big drive and that delay, it's going to sound something like this. I'm going to turn off the microphone so you can hear it better. There you go, that was close enough. Haven't played that actually in a little while, so might have been a little bit off, but that gives you the gist of it. And if you play that with the regular vintage drive, you won't get that really thick, high gain tone. So definitely change to a different big kind of rat-like Fat Rat or Rat model type drive. At least I thought that worked really well. And it might work by also adding you could probably use the Boss Turbo Overdrive is also a really good one. The OD2, that probably gives you a much thicker, maybe do it in overdrive mode, that might work also. But something that's got a really lot of oomph to it. Oh, by the way, the other thing that I was turning on is a compressor for that. And I actually did not have the compressor on when I just did that clip. So I may record that again. But I did turn on a compressor to mute those highs and lows a little bit in the range and give it some more tightness. So when you do the compression with the big rat, you get a really nice tone. I'm going to play that again, see how it comes out. There you go. That actually was a version now with the compression on, and you can see it. You tightened it up even more, and it gave it a really nice mid-range, high-gain tone. So that came out great. So now let's go through the notes.